10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Well, the big fella has gone to Twitter.
Oh, has he?
He has struck.
Oh, no.
I'll read what Don Anthony Baselli has tweeted.
The birthday boy.
This is a joke. Robo whatever is a has-been, a complete joke that took advantage of a moment in history when a great athlete was down and out. Don't forget, there is no show without me. I saved it. Let's go. Let's put the stupid robot in his place. I need some votes. That's from Tony Baselli.
Wow. It's kind of begging, it sounded like.
Let's see if that's helping Tony right now. After reading that, it's about 60-40 right now, so he does need some votes. Already 176 votes with an hour to go.
This is a big one. Yeah.
Guggen Brad says a vote for Robo-Tiger is like a vote for COVID-19.
Oh, there you go.
That seems hurtful.
We got a lot.
Robo has a message for you, Brad.
Seriously. That guy.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there are others like, damn, Robo-Tiger, wow. And this one. And that is why we love Robo-Tiger. Takes no prisoners, baby. So.
Takes no prisoners.
We got two, but let's be honest. These are two equally grumpy, crass dudes. Who are we kidding?
Well, Robo-Tiger's a little more crass, but yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Not crass. Crass was the wrong word.
Yes.
Grumpy.
Grumpy.
Yeah. Irascible.
Happy birthday, Big Bo, though, to you. Listen, last night I I was flipping around. It was late, and lo and behold, I stumbled upon Jacob deGrom's debut. It was in May of 2014, and it was against the Yankees, and I don't know how he did because I fell asleep. It was late, but I did enjoy watching.
Did he start, or was it in relief?
Yeah, no, he was a starter. They had brought him up from Vegas. I'm going to have to ask D. Murph if he remembers. I watched D. Murph come up, hit second. E.Y. Jr. was leading off. David Wright was hitting in the 3-hole. Murph was hot, by the way.
E.Y. Jr. may be on my coaching staff.
Yeah. Murph was in a streak.
Of course he was. He always is.
I know. I was like, and in 2014, they even said, Costas was like, just Daniel Murphy's an underrated guy. He's got like the second most hits in the National League in the last 2 years or something like that. Murph's always got those stats working.
Yeah.
Really is a very underrated baseball player in terms of national notoriety. But nonetheless, they were also taking on a Yankee. I don't remember his name, and I don't think he lasted long because he was making his major league debut. And they kept showing – they do this now, and I don't like this, by the way, mom and dad in the stands. In fact, they'll even go so far as to sit with mom and dad in the stands sometimes when the kid comes up to the plate. If he's pitching, they don't interview him during, but I've seen them interview them. Like, could you imagine if your son made it to the major leagues, Pros, and it's his first game, and you're there as his pops, obviously, watching, celebrating, excited, also knowing this is the major leagues, not knowing what he's going to do, and you got a microphone shoved in your face? I don't like that. I don't mind if you show them.
Yeah, that's one.
I don't like
I always
that
like.
one.
I do like. It makes
Now,
for great.
sometimes it works out.
Well, it makes for great television. Like the one time the kid, I don't remember who it was.
The Marlins against DeGrom.
He homered his first.
Yeah.
Bat.
Yeah.
Or first game, at least. It was crazy. Yeah.
Isan Diaz.
Yeah.
Was the
right.
kid's name.
Yeah.
And they were going nuts, and they were New Yorkers. And
that was in New York, too, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wasn't
And
even
he
a
hit
home
one
game.
off of DeGrom.
Wasn't even a home game for the...
DeGrom held the Yankees to 1 run in MLB debut. He probably lost 1-0. Let me look right
I don't
here.
think so.
Oh, come on. It's
Yeah. He lost... If it was the Braves, he would have lost 1-0.
25-year-old right-hander is one-third of the Mets' big three, a trio of young arms at AAA Vegas, whose reputation preceded them to the majors. As another member of the threesome, right-hander Rafael Montero.
What did he do? End up anywhere? I don't even know.
DeGrom dazzled the Yankees in the crowd over 7 innings in a 1-0 loss in the Subway Series
Good
finale.
Lord. That's unbelievable. You knew that already.
No, I didn't. I swear I didn't.
crazy.
That's the story of his career, dude.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
That's the story.
I did know.
And, I was thinking about this, too. And you know me, I've always been like, I'm happy Jacob deGrom has won back-to-back Cy Young Awards, and I think it's hard to argue he's not the best pitcher in the National League, but I would not have voted for him because, he won 10 games and such, and I've always, and look, I watched it. I watched it unfold before my eyes. But if you want no greater example, the Steve Carlton 27 win year. 27 wins.
He won games
for the last place Philadelphia Phillies, who won 59 total.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
he was a surly.
How did he win 27? So,
Boy, he was good, too.
I'll tell you how.
At
It
his
was a
best.
different day and age. They'd leave him out there for 9.
Yeah.
He probably had 20 complete games that year.
That's amazing. And now they
And
tell
yet,
you the arms don't last.
6 innings and you're out.
We're just softer as a people. That's
Well,
what that
I
bottom
think
line.
it's more.
It is true. Pitchers today couldn't pitch that much. It's not that they don't let them.
I think it's the way they're brought up.
Yeah, maybe.
Ross. I think they pitch too much all the time, and as opposed to back then when you just go play whatever sport you play. Yeah, Steve Carlton had. Well, the year he was 23-10, he had 17 complete games. All right. 27-10, 30 complete games.
Yeah, that was common.
1.97 ERA.
But listen to that. And a lefty. And nasty.
346 innings.
And when I say he came at you with an attitude, I just don't mean his ball movement. That
Yeah.
guy hated everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Carlton is a hater, dude.
Not a friendly guy.
I mean, beyond unfriendly. Dislikes people in life.
Yes.
And he showed it when you were at the plate. He didn't look like a hater. He looked like a accountant. This is kind of a tall, normal looking dude. You were asking me yesterday. We had a
Yes, I was.
conversation off air about who you couldn't remember who you projected to the Jags in the mock draft last year. It was
Yeah.
Hawkinson, wasn't it?
Who?
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson, was it?
I'm just kind of thinking. Here's why I did this.
Yes.
I'm looking back because we talked earlier about this top 10, and I'm going to guarantee you a player you never thought of as top 10 will show up. And I've gone back through some of these last drafts. It happens every year, Dan.
Right.
Last year was Cleveland Farrell.
Oh,
he went
yeah.
4th to the rate. No one had him in the top 10 of the mock draft.
Shocker.
So there is, if you're picking 7th, there's a guy who now throws, throws one more your way. So last year it was Cleveland Farrell. He went 4th.
Uh-huh.
No one
No one.
had him there. 2018, I was playing a fly by night here.
Right. Yes, sir.
This is just such a bad draft. Who cares? Josh Rosen, Josh Allen of the Bills. That was a little higher than we thought, right? They traded up. We didn't think he was going in the top 7.
Hard to say.
And it's the one year the Jags picked late. And just
Tennessee took Corey Davis in 2017.
Every year there's a guy that goes up. It's a receiver. John Ross was probably
John Ross
the year
went
before
9th.
that.
No, that year too.
Yeah, see, those aren't guys. So, point being, if you really are in love with a player,
Yeah.
don't just say there's no way the Jags are getting him. That's
Right.
that top 10. Because right now we're going strictly on the speculation of fans and media.
Sure.
And that we don't know what the guys are actually thinking.
No, there's a guy. There's a guy out there who, like you said, and there's a team out there, and it won't go the way we think. But I do think we can get 8 of the top 10 picks right now. I do think that.
I think so, but I wouldn't bet my money on it. I wouldn't bet money that one of those, 2 of those guys, or 3 instead of 2, slide out.
All right.
I'm not saying it will. I think it's more likely, but I don't 100% trust it. I guess it's probably the better way to say
You
it.
want to do a dime bet? I'll give you 10 names.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that. Not that.
Yeah. Not that positive.
Yeah, and I'm
Could
just,
happen, might not happen.
Not that intrigued by the whole scenario.
Yeah.
It's part of it. Well, Dave Caldwell and Doug Marrone met the media yesterday. Doug Marrone gave kind of a half-hearted, we believe, in Gardner Minshew, at the same time saying that we need some
Competition.
We do need some
That's
competition.
fair.
Something's coming. I mean, whether that
Well, it's
competition,
competition for everybody.
if it comes in round 3 in the form of a quarterback, or if it comes in veteran free agency.
I don't know if you know this, but apparently they do. We're not very good. And so, therefore, we need competition at every position, and anybody should be fine with that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Minshew, who had a very good rookie year and should have the upper hand, but it's a new system. Remember that. So, like if they brought in Andy Dalton, he would jump right in and be comfortable with the system,
And then the question
But they're not going to turn around and
becomes,
pay
does a
Andy
veteran
Dalton.
who's
Yeah.
running out of time to play want to sit while a team finds out if their young guy's the guy?
Yeah. No, I don't think Jack.
You're better off with a guy like Trevor Siemian or Matt Flint, or
if you're committed
Matt Moore.
If you're committed to Gardner Minshew, absolutely.
well, if you're not committed,
if you want the best player, maybe not.
If you're not committed to Gardner Minshew, then why in the world would you trade Foles?
I don't know.
That's the question. So
Yeah. To get out of that contract.
I guess, but anybody you sign is going to have, a number.
Yeah.
You only saved $4 million. I mean, you didn't get completely out of it.
No,
You
but
just got
next
rid
year
of
you
him.
are.
Well, that's true too.
You would have had next year
Yeah.
saddlebagged on you, and you didn't want that. So, So I don't know. I think it'll be Gardner Minshew. I don't think they're taking a quarterback with the top 2 picks. They do have 12 picks. I love Dave Caldwell's enthusiasm of hitting on all 12, but that is
as opposed to the teams that don't want to hit on all of them.
That is not going to happen.
Yeah, I thought yesterday he said less than ever, which is fine. It's acceptable.
Well, you're safer in that environment than you are not safer, but you're less questions. I mean, in at the media luncheon, they sit up there and they talk for a while. Then the TV guys get interviews with them. Then the print guys get interviews with them. That's a lot of time. Yesterday, it was just like, all right, who's got questions? You whip through the questions and you're done. So, and it's fair. I mean, I'm nothing against the Jags. They did it the right way. It's appreciated. There's, lots of stuff, but they're not going to tell you a week out what they're going to do. Oh, we really like the Simmons kid. We're hoping he falls to us.
But I do think this. I do think he almost overplayed the lack of interest in DB. That is just an idiotic assertion. It's idiotic.
Yeah,
there's a huge issue at corner.
I will
say, we got 4 we like. Well, that's good because 31 teams wouldn't.
Yeah, I would stand by.
He's definitely taking corner one of those first 2 picks.
My guarantee. I said 9, 20, or 42.
I say 9 or 20, maybe 42, maybe. I tell you what, I read something yesterday. There was an interesting column, and it was basically the poor man's version of these top prospects. And then they gave day 2 and day 3 options for, in other words, like Chase Young. You're not going to get him, but a poor man's version of Chase Young on day 2 might be the Weaver kid from Boise.
Right.
And then they had other
the Dream Weaver.
Some say.
Wayne and Dolores' kid. Grandson, I believe.
Jeff and Jared's third brother. You haven't heard
great
about
story. No. Name game. No good. Stop it.
Grandson of Earl.
Likes to smoke like his granddaddy, Earl. pull out a heater on the sideline. Then go in and sack the quarterback.
I think it's Curtis Weaver, and I find no relation to any of those.
Are you sure?
Ridiculous. Now, of course, I'll look up Curtis Weaver. It's Hannah's kid.
Also,
he's the Dreamweaver.
Hannah's love child.
Hannah had a love child with
Eddie Meat Cleaver.
Well, no,
Weaver.
With Earl Weaver.
Back when my name was Bill Weaver.
It's ours.
Sorry, Mrs. P. That's a lie. You know that.
Just moniker on West Coast markets.
But anyway, it was an interesting column.
We sort of reeled him in on that one.
Who?
You. On the name game.
No, I play a little bit every now and then.
Kind of came along.
I don't mind playing. I think everybody should. I think that you should be held to one. You can't go back and forth until you think of something good. You want to be creative and funny. You get one shot at it. We don't get to just keep boom, boom. Then it's just becomes silly to me. But that's just me. I am by no means the expert. I don't understand what the NBA's G League is trying to do. If kids are
I'm here to help.
If they're either ready at the age of 18 to play in the NBA or they're not, you're still going on the road. You're still playing basketball for a living.
Difference,
really?
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what the huge difference is?
Talent.
No,
yeah.
the $8 million the NBA gets to save.
Well, sure, but you're making $500. You get a year. You don't want to go to college, and you go play basketball. It's another step towards what's going to happen eventually when our guy up in Michigan becomes a Nick, and that is straight from high school back to the NBA, which is coming around again.
The G League.
So I don't know what you don't understand.
I tell you what I don't understand. It's not that hard. The G League is the NBA. It's run by the NBA. It's not a separate entity.
I understand that.
Okay, well, the NBA says we can't take guys straight from college for high school for whatever reason.
Right.
So the G League should think.
The guys who play in the G League don't play in the NBA. It's a different level of basketball.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, because
you're either ready as a person or you're not
ready. You go through the rigors of the G League and you get a year to grow, and then you jump up into the NBA. I don't understand why that's
I'll tell you why. It's
so tough to
it's a joke. You're just doing it. You don't care about the kid. It has nothing to do with anything other than I'm going to save money. That's all it is. Because if this kid went in the draft, he'd be the 5th pick, Dan, and he'd have $40 million in 3 weeks instead of $500,000.
Well, like I said, eventually that will happen, and that's going to happen. But this is another step towards that happening. I'm
just surprised that it doesn't make any sense to me. Either you let him in or you don't. I don't know why you would let him into the G League and not let him into the league. I don't. They can go into the draft either way. I mean,
again, though, but if you're on the LA G League team, you're the guy. You're playing every night. You're getting 40 minutes. If you get drafted 5th and you're a project, you get lost in the shuffle. You sit on the end of the bench because coach's job is to win, and you're not quite ready at 18 to get out there and play 30 minutes a night.
I'm not thinking about the teams as much as I am the player. If you're the player, you go $500,000 in your G League, you get exposed for a year, and now you don't make any money.
Well, that's the risk they take. For sure,
I guess.
yeah.
Although that can happen in college. I mean, sometimes you find out you're not ready. Look at Scotty Lewis.
Nothing better than 2020 NFL Mock Draft 16.0.
Good Lord.
Just released by SI.
SI's done a lot of them.
7-round mock by Albert Breer. We're going to bang through this here in a couple minutes, but I'll give you a little hint as who did the Jaguars take, and it's, I don't know, but all our guys would be gone in this situation because Albert's fallen victim to the Giants going with Isaiah Simmons. I still don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to take an offensive
So you say this
tackle.
worst case.
Well, maybe not. Maybe the guy that the Jags take will be a superstar. We'll go over that 7-round mock draft when we come back.